challenge. And good evening, everybody. Challenge starts tomorrow at 11 o'clock in the morning Eastern. I'm about to give you what the agenda is going to be. So I'm going to break down to you right now what we're going to be learning over 5 days so that you can have some idea for those of you all who are coming and for those of you all who are contemplating so that you'll know what we're going to be doing all week because we won't be in these online streets this week. We'll be in a challenge, doing challenge number 45, helping another 100 some people, a couple of hundred some people to help to bless them. So good evening, Jeanette. Look forward to seeing you in the challenge tomorrow. Look forward to seeing you in the VIP section, my dear. Make sure you bring your pen and your paper and be ready to rock steady, baby. That's what I am now. All right, so tomorrow we're going to start out. And the first thing we're going to be learning tomorrow, for all of you all who are wondering what's going on, is we're going to be talking about how to file a 1099A, how to file a 1099B, how to file a 1099 OID, how to file a 1041 instead of a 1040, and exactly what you're going to the bank, how you walk to a bank, and you walk in a slave and you walk out free. Okay, so tomorrow that's what we're going to teach you. But we're not just going to talk about the paperwork that you take into a bank. Tomorrow I'm going to really help you all to see how you got some, how your mind, how you just accept the status quo and why we don't accept it. And why we got all these bold people now all over the United States that are walking inside of a bank, slave, walking out of the bank, totally empowered, totally with control over their money. The bank does not control their money anymore, never will control their money anymore, never will control their kids' money anymore, won't control their grandkids or unborn kids' money anymore. So tomorrow we're going to start. That's going to be the first thing that we do. We start out with the challenge. And so if you haven't registered, I wouldn't be sitting around all week long wondering what's going on with Brother Ricky and them. All right. So if you haven't registered yet, just put challenge in the chat and we'll send you the link. And come on over. Be glad to have you. So class starts tomorrow at 11 o'clock a.m. Eastern. And the way it works is that everybody that's in the VIP section, they come to class at 11 o'clock. That means I'm going to teach an extra hour. And all I'm going to do is just answer questions for a whole hour. That's a much better way of being able to get to know what we're doing than to pay $50,000 an hour for an appointment. Okay, so just put challenge in the chat if you want to come. If you haven't registered so far. Now, when you get the link to the challenge, it has 3 different prices. The first price that you see is $5.97. Excuse me. That's if you want to ask me questions. If you want to ask me questions all week, then it's $5.97 for you to come. It's normally $7.97. But for the summertime, I just gave everybody a break. Okay. So you said, Brother Ricky, I want to come, but I don't want to pay $5.97. I don't want to ask any questions. You don't have to ask me questions. In fact, you don't even have to come to that part of the session if you don't want to, because that's for the VIPs and for the people that really want to. That's like really, man, I'm ready to open me up a trust. I want to ask as many questions as possible. I'm ready to make this online money. I'm ready to ask as many questions as possible. I'm ready to wipe out my taxes. I want to ask as many questions as possible. I want to learn all about this private life. I want to ask as many questions as possible. So that's what that session is for. It's for the person that's got questions that want to know and that don't want to miss all of the questions. Because I got people that, that's in my VIP, that's in my inner circle that paid me $150,000. And they come to ask questions every single challenge. Why? Because they live in this life and it's things that they still want to know. So they come in and ask questions in the challenge. Sometimes you get a question and you didn't even know it was a question. You didn't even know it was something that you would even think to ask. And then you're like, wow, I didn't even know. That would have never even crossed my mind. I would have just been. So if you're in the second half and you're not in the first half, then you'll miss out on even knowing what the question is. So if you're interested in asking questions, when you get to the challenge page, sign up yes to $5.97 if that's what you want to do. If you don't, then just skip it and just push the word that says, no, I don't want to do that. And then it'll automatically send you to the next page. And that's the VIP section. That's still a really good seat because you get to hear all the questions that everybody asks. You can't ask a question, but you can hear all of the questions and you can be taking notes. One question could change your life. Not just about getting your money from the bank, but it could change your life about the whole way you like facing money, the way that you're facing your finances. We don't teach money the way nobody else on earth teach it. We got a whole different approach. towards the way other people teach money. We don't teach selling. We don't teach thirstiness. We don't teach solicitation. We don't teach any of that. None of that. Everything that we teach is about how everything comes to you. We teach the law of reaping and sowing. That's what we teach. So we teach you how to draw the entire planet to you to do business with you. And you don't never leave wherever you are. No more butt kissing, no more cajoling, no more. Hello, how you doing, dear? I appreciate you. How you doing, Morris? Uh, no more chasing people around. No more trying to get people to do some, trying to hoping somebody gonna do some business with you, begging and pleading with people. None of that. Okay, it's a dignified way of doing business, like a king, the way a king. Everything that we teach is kingdom behavior. The way kings behave, the way queens behave. We don't behave like nothing but kings and queens. Top of the line when it come down to money and everything else. All right. So the challenge is not just about you getting some money back from the bank. You should get your money back from the bank. You ought to know how to do that. Okay. Because the bank is pimping you and taking advantage of you and exploiting you. So you should know how to get your money back. That should be a very important part of why you come into the challenge. And you should always want to know, if I put some money out as a person, how do I get my money back? Everybody, that should be every single one of us. That should be our goal, is that I don't want to be a debtor. I want to be a creditor. All right. So you will learn how to become a creditor inside of the challenge. All right. And you'll learn what it takes to be able to work with us. All right. Because we have a program that teaches you how to work for a whole year to teach you what to do. You said, Rick, I don't have the patience to be doing nothing to take a whole year. Well, don't come. All right. Because it's not for you. If you're impatient and you satisfied with being broke and poor, then we're rich and patient. We're not broke and poor. We're not in a hurry. We're not frantic to do nothing. Are you hearing me? We don't let nobody come in and mess up the way we do things. Are you listening to me? That's why we teach people for an entire year how to do it, to live the way we live. All right? Because this ain't no joke. We are some powerful folk. I'm here about to go down to Wells Fargo tomorrow. Why? So I can go buy Bitcoin out of out of my trust. You say, why you want to buy Bitcoin out of your trust? Because I ain't got to pay no taxes on it. One Bitcoin gonna be worth what, $10 million over the next 5 to 10 years. One coin. It ain't nothing but $107,000 today. You say nothing but $107,000. Yeah, nothing but $107,000. Y'all so country. Y'all still running around here trying to rehab a house. Just country as hell. And I'm sitting there telling y'all 3, 4 days a week. Would you please stop that country nonsense and do something that's going to make you some millions instead of something that's going to make you some hundreds? How dare you go spend $150,000 on some little gingerbread house and fix it up and sit around waiting on somebody to give you some rent, wasting all that doggone time? You get one Bitcoin, and one Bitcoin be worth $1 million, and you ain't gotta fix no pots, you ain't gotta fix no toilets, you ain't gotta mess around. I had one house, I had to fire 7 dudes to fix a house. That stuff ain't what it's made up to be. I hear me, it's got real small margins for you to flip these cribs. I know some of y'all like doing and all this other thing, but that's y'all just country. You just won't wake up. You just won't do what's really going on today. That's why I have a financial IQ challenge, because I'm like, man, just use some common sense. Stop doing all this hard stuff to make money. Let me make sure ain't nobody over here stealing. What is this? You don't need more. You need some more income statement. Yeah, here we go with one of these tricks, faking like they me. This is not me. Man, I be want to pimp slap these punks, man. Back where they came from. I think these tricks come from Nigeria. That's what I think. It's just bogus as hell. Just come on your channel. Don't listen to none of these mugs. All right. I don't send out messages to stroke people. Any message to stroke you, you know it didn't come from me. All right. I am not a stroker. I hear me. I'm a point blank type of cat. I hear what I'm talking about. I don't care if you do none of the stuff I'm talking about. I hear. I don't. I do not solicit people under no circumstances. It ain't never me. Never me. Don't talking about DM me, and I ain't never telling you to DM me nothing. All right. I don't know you. Why would I tell you be sending some stuff into my DM? I don't know. If you want to know who we are, then we got rules and regulations. That's why we do a challenge once a month. That's why we've done 44 of them. We ain't in no hurry. We're not like these thirsty hoodlums out here trying to get your money all in a hurry and all this sort of thing. We're going to do challenges, and as long as the Lord allow me to be helped, if it's 500 of them, we'll do 500 of them. Whatever it takes to be able to get the information out to the people, because some people it take them a little longer to catch on to stuff than it take others. I'm not frantic. I'm not in no hurry. I love people. That's why I teach people for years. You can't fake love. Right here, me? You can't fake it. Either you love people or you don't. Either you care about people or you don't. You can't fake that. You know what I'm talking about? It don't last. That's why a lot of people have so much hard time making some money because they try to kind of act like they really like people, trying to get somebody to buy something. I'm like, but you don't really like people. You ain't really concerned about nobody, and it's pretty obvious with that fake presentation you got. You dig what I'm saying? You just show up for 15 minutes. You ain't looking for Mr. Right. You looking for Mr. Right now. You ain't looking for Mr. Right. You looking for Mr. Right now. Same way you date folks. That's the way people behave in business. One night stand, all sort of thing. We don't get out like that. So on day one, if you're interested in coming on day one, just put challenge in the chat first of all, and and he said, yeah, for you, yeah, it's gonna take. Yeah, I'm gonna teach you for. That's if we, that's if we agree on things, and you like the challenge, and you want to get involved in our program on Friday when you get to hear our presentation. You can make up your mind what you want to do, and then we can make up our mind if it makes sense to both of us. All right. So this ain't for the frantic person. Frantic people, I don't even want to be bothered with. I don't like their spirits. I don't like their attitude. I'm like, man, you got high blood pressure. Go ahead on someplace. Go get some prayer. Something they even saying, go get some meditation. Something you did. Because you ain't gonna bring that spirit around. I got real low blood pressure and stuff. I'm a very healthy man. Mentally healthy man. Why? Because I don't worship money. That's why. You dig? So put challenge in the chat if you're still missing out because some of y'all, by the time y'all find out what's going on, here we got another person. Here we go again. Same trick. Didn't I just block this trick? Oh, I'm sorry. I didn't block them. I deleted their comment. Yeah, there we go. Now they blocked. Now they can't make no more comments to you. Have to guard these streets for you all. Have to guard these. Some people that told me they sent people thousands of dollars, thought they were dealing with me. I'm like, you should know. You should know better. You should know Brother Ricky don't tell you to send me no money. Uh, none of this stuff. None of this. If you tried to give me some money, I wouldn't take it. You can pay for products if you want to. But as far as some nickel slick type of stuff, ain't nothing happening. All right. So day number one, we're gonna be talking about the actual opening of the trust. Everything we take into a bank. You'll learn that the way that we operate is you don't have to be trying to figure out how to do it. We just do all the paperwork for you. You just walk in the bank with your stuff. All right. But we show you day one of everything it is that we do for you. All right. So you know what I'm talking about? So you can understand what's going on. All right. Then day number two, we're gonna shift and I'm gonna talk to you all about this online money. And I'm gonna show you all my ecosystem and how an ecosystem works. So, you know, what's the point of trying to get some money back from the bank? You ain't got no money. All right. Or you got limited amounts of money. Or you make little small amount. You making anything less than I'd say about $250,000 a year. You ain't even got no money. All right. So I want to show you how to make some money. Okay. And I want to show you how to make it while you're doing whatever it is that you're doing and how you can set up systems and how you can leverage stuff so that you're making money 7 days a week instead of just getting a check every 2 weeks. All right. So that's the second thing I'm going to teach y'all. That's going to be on day number two. And I'm going to teach y'all leverage because most of you all are being leveraged, but you're not using leverage. Okay. I'm not just a coach about no trust. I'm a coach about how you make money to put into a trust. Are you listening to me? Trust fund babies got the most money in the world. So yes, that's the number one thing you should want. You should want to operate out of a private trust. Oh, yes, you should. If you ain't, you wasting plenty money and plenty time, and the chances of you being rich is zilch because the little money you get, you're gonna get most of it to the IRS. So, but you own you when you control everything and don't own nothing. You got 100% control over all your assets. Ain't nobody come in G'ing you. And I'm a control freak. I don't like nobody else controlling my stuff. Are you listening to me? And I help create control freaks. Are you hearing me? If you're a control freak, put CF in that chat. Because I'm a control. I confess, I'm a control freak. They say, Ricky, you look like you want to be in control. Like, what you think? You think I want you in control of my stuff? You better believe I don't want you in control of it. I sure don't want no bank in control of it, and I sure don't want the IRS in control of it, and I sure don't want the Federal Reserve in control of it. Why? Because they got in control. So I don't know about you, but if you're a control freak, put it in the chat. I'm a self-confessed control freak. Yes, I am. I don't like people playing me, pouring pee on my head, telling me it's raining. So I don't like people having no chance, no choice. It's just like when I went in the other day to make a withdrawal from a Wells Fargo. I told some of y'all about this, but I went in the other day to make a withdrawal. And the lady told me, she said, well, you opened up an account in San Diego. I said, and? She said, and they made a mistake on your birthday. I said, and? She's like, I said, so fix it. She said, well, we can't fix it. I said, oh, yes, you can fix it. And yes, you will fix it. She said, excuse me? I said, I ain't got all day to be standing here talking to you about my money. She was like, excuse me, sir? I said, it's not your money. It's my money. She said, I said, let me tell you something. Federal Reserve Requirement B. Okay, I'm gonna teach y'all the laws on Thursday, but I'm gonna tell you everything we're gonna do. But I said Federal Reserve Requirement B. She ain't never heard of it. She worked for the bank and ain't got a clue about the laws, telling me illegal stuff, just talking to me like I'm just dumb, you know, like I ain't got no sense about my own money, but I'm a control freak. I know what's going on with my money. And you ain't gonna hang out around Brother Ricky and don't know what's going on with your money. Not if you hang out around us. If you are not gonna be ignorant, that's not gonna happen. That's why it's the financial IQ challenge to make sure your IQ is on point. So I told her the law, then I read another law to her. Now she got nervous. I said, you don't have any right to hold on to 1 penny of my money. It's called a demand note. All right. Everybody put in the chat. Demand note. It's a demand note. It means that I can demand it whenever I want to. I don't have to give you no explanations whatsoever what I want to do with it. How dare you even ask me what I want to do with my own money? I look like I'm 6 years old. What the hell is wrong with you? Talking to a grown man and a grown woman when you walk into this, it's abominable. How people talk, how they try to treat you like you're some type of little child or something, you know? It's called a demand note. Okay. But if you don't know that, then the peer person, when you bring up what I'm telling you, you won't have no issues with nobody at no bank. They get nervous. They get scared. They will bow down. Are you listening to me? Why? Because they know you know the law and they change their attitude towards you. Are you hear what I'm saying? So listen to me. They're trying to tell me why they can't give me my own money. And like I gotta give them like a note from my mom. I mean, this lady's asking me all these questions. I'm like, I'm tired of answering questions. Okay. And you got my information. You already know. I answered enough questions. Now give me what I demand. So she was trying to act like she wasn't going to do it. So I said, just call up the bank and tell them to straighten out whatever you need to have straightened out. They said, well, we can't really reach them. I say, no, y'all lazy. You're indifferent. And you're trying to act, you feel entitled. You feel entitled to my money like it's your money. It's not your money. It's my money. Now, the reason that they couldn't hold my money is because I don't take interest on my bank accounts. When you take interest on your bank account, it becomes their money. It's not yours. It's subtle. It's subtle. In the law, Federal, Federal Reserve Requirement B, it talks about a demand note on money that you haven't received any interest on. Are you listening to me? Now, naturally, you should be able to get all of your money whenever you get ready, but the banks don't have your money. That's why it's called Federal Fractional Reserve Banking, because they keep a fraction of your money and they disseminate the majority of your money. They loan money out they ain't even got. I mean, the United States borrows money and then pay the money back with borrowed money. So that's the whole way the whole banking system works. The banking system works just like the United States of America work, and they get rich off of dissimulating debt. So your money is not in the bank when you go anyway. And if you ain't got a demand note, if you really want to go in there and try to demand all your money, they can play you off. So that's why I'm teaching y'all the way I'm teaching you, so that you won't be ignorant. The Bible says ignorant to Satan's devices, and I call it Satan anytime somebody trying to tell me I can't get my own money. And then I'm so naive until the way I put it in, I didn't realize that I made a deposit and I made it on their behalf and instead on my behalf. So you're going to learn these things as you go through the challenge all week. So if you haven't applied, I'm not going to be on here explaining stuff live. I'm going to be in a challenge talking to people who paid. And you didn't have to pay me a lot of money. All right. It's anywhere from $5.97 just down to $97. Okay. If you want to ask me some questions, the best seat is platinum. All right. That's a $5.97 seat. That's the best seat. That's a really good seat. That's a really cheap way to get to know me. All right. You can ask me questions all week. All right. If you ask one the day before, you can ask one the next day. The next day, you can ask one the next day. And you can hear everything that everybody's talking about. Okay. So day number one, I'm gonna show y'all how you actually set these trusts up. Day number two, I'm gonna show y'all how to make some money because most of y'all ain't making money online. All right. Tell the truth. If you want to make money online, put me in the chat. I said, if you want to make money online, you tired of making slow money with a job and a couple of little wood nickels on the side with some investments and stuff. Do you want to make a lot of money online? Put me in the chat if that's you. Because if that's you, then then you should make sure that you're in class when we get down. Because I'm gonna show you charts. I'm gonna show you how we make $1 million in a day. I'm not showing you all that stuff live. I ain't got time for all of it. You got to pay some money to come in and get an upgrade on your education. All right. Hey, listen to me. It's just like listen, making money online is brand new. So I got the Harvard School of Online Money Making. Hey, listen to me. We cold in these online streets. I got all kind of tools. I show you the tools. I showed y'all my book, The Wealth Formula. I told all of y'all that you should have bought this book before you even come to class because I'm gonna be teaching you stuff out of my book. But imagine if you already read the book. So if you haven't read the book, just put wealth in the chat and at least get the online version of it. I mean the ebook. Put just type in the word wealth if you want it, and that way when you come to the challenge, you already have a head start. When I was in college, I read 3 chapters ahead in everything. Is somebody gonna tell me what I'm getting ready to read? What they're getting ready to teach me? Oh man, please! I knocked that stuff out the park. I was 3 chapters ahead. I made sure whenever I talked to the teacher that I had already read everything. Why? Because I didn't want the teacher to be teaching me nothing I could already know. And that was just to go to college to get a little worthless degree. Are you hearing me? But I was like, I'm here, so I'm gonna do the best I can possibly do. So what I do? I started I would always read 3 chapters ahead. I said, if I read 3 chapters ahead, then when by the time I get to the teacher and they start talking, it won't be me hearing it for the first time. It'll be reinforcements. And that's why I was on the dean's list. That's why I had a spectacular grade average. That's why I made millions of dollars since I switched from learning stuff that don't make no money in a college full of broke people to taking classes with people. I spent $1 million on my education the last 3 years with millionaires. I've been on private jets with people around the world, and I've learned a whole lot about how this money game goes. But I had the same tenacity with them that I had with the teacher. If you put the same work that you put into getting your degree, that way you ain't even doing the stuff that you went to school for. If you put that same type of energy into learning from a wealth coach, you're gonna be wealthy. You hear what I'm talking about? Why? Because all we talk, my class is on wealth. It's not on a whole bunch of fluff. It's all the stuff that make us millions of dollars. We make millions and millions of dollars. So I'm just teaching you how we make it. Okay? It's not guessing and hoping and wishing and all that sort of thing. And everything is biblical. If you don't like the Bible, then you probably shouldn't come to the challenge. I mean, I ain't telling you got to be saved. Dude. That's how I get down. You do whatever make the most sense to you. I'm not saying that. I'm not. Nobody can make you feel funny because you believe in something else. But I'm talking about if you don't believe in the Bible principles that I'm going to be teaching, then you're probably going to be bored. You hear me? If you got some other stuff on your mind. So I'm suggesting to you don't come. You do? If you got a problem with that, because I ain't about to change. I ain't going to never change. Are you hearing me? By the grace of God, I ain't never changing. I'm going to die the way I am. People say, Brother Ricky, you got to be open towards change. I'm like, you be open towards change. You hear what I'm talking about? I done went from being homeless to being a multimillionaire doing Bible principles, and you're gonna tell me to be open to change. You better miss me with that. All right, go ahead on and do it. Make the most sense to you. I know what made me rich. I know my Redeemer living. Are you listening to what I'm talking about? I ain't even slightly confused about the massive success that we done had, and I'm gonna always give God the glory, and always give Him the praise, and always give Him the credit. And I don't care what nobody think. All right. I could care less what nobody think. I ain't changing nothing. I hear me. If anything, I'm gonna turn it up. I hear what I'm talking about. If anything, I'm gonna turn it. If anything, I'm gonna turn it up. I feel like the Hebrew boys when King Nebuchadnezzar told them, "I'm gonna turn it." She said, "Turn that fire up 7 times hot and roast them Negroes over there who won't bow down." Shadrach, Meshach, and a bad Negro. They was like, "Turn it up. Ain't no problem. You dig? We ain't changing our mind. And what? We ain't finna bow down to the state. You dig what I'm talking about? So they turned that fire up so hot until the dudes that tried to put them in the fire, they end up getting burned up. See, I ain't worried about nobody burning me up. But if I was you, I'd be worried about trying to burn up somebody that those of us that get down with God, I'm telling you right, you don't want no smoke. You hear me? And if I was you, I'd bag up off that. You know what I'm talking about? Why? Because the smoke you trying to smoke us with is gonna smoke you. You hear me? I warn everybody coming around me with their nonsense. You dig me? I remember when I first started, this lady talking about you want to be a thousandaire, you want to be a millionaire, Rick. And I was like, get to the point. First name Jesse, last name Bill. Get to the point, Jezebel. What's your point? She said, well, if you want to be a thousandaire, do this. If you want to be a millionaire, do this. I said, now I'm broke now. I mean, I had the money in my pocket at the time. And I was just doing my stage play, the very first stage play. And all it was a meddling chick because I got a lot of talent. I know how to write, sing, act, dance a little bit. That's the beat. That's suspect according to my grandkids. But anyway, I know I got a lot of talent. I'm not saying that to brag. I'm just saying I know how people are. They want to come around you and act like they better than you, and they ain't even got no talent. Y'all know what I'm talking about. They try to do this stuff to y'all all the time. You got all that talent, and here comes some buster coming along trying to act like they need to be your promoter or something. I'm like, well, I can promote myself, player. I don't need you promoting me. You know what I'm talking about? You just want to come in and get a whole bunch of money you don't deserve. That's all. So it's just a bossy chick. She had that Jezebel spirit on, but I ain't the Negro for you to be trying to boss around, especially no bossy chick. I stand up to them demons like you wouldn't believe. You hear what I'm saying? I got balls the size of Mount Rushmore. I don't play. I ain't don't talk to Brother Ricky like he's some type of little sissy. You don't get nothing but a hard time. You hear me? So the sister was talking about you. You want to be a thousandaire, you want to be a millionaire. So I told her how I felt about it. So I said, you don't understand. I was blessed before I met you. I'm so blessed if I walk in the room is blessed. I hear me. I said everything we doing because the play went real good. That's her point. So she gonna help make me rich off of the play. And I'm like, go write your own play if you want to get rich, because I don't need your help. I said, I'm gonna be rich anyway. God done already blessed. I'm telling you, I ain't got no money in my pocket, y'all. Are you hearing me? But if you're a king before you get some money. If you're a queen before you get some money. Are you listening to me? If you're a king or a queen, you're a king or a queen before you get some money. You ain't gotta have no money in your pocket to behave like a king and a queen. All you gotta do is behave like a king and a queen. And then what? Let everybody else around you know, I ain't changing my attitude. It ain't got nothing to do with whether I got a dollar or whether I got 20 zillion. Are you hearing me? You can't you can't touch my dignity and my character. Are you hearing me? So she got the message. And she told somebody later, she said, man, when Ricky was talking to me, it seemed like he was looking straight through me. I said, that's because I was looking straight through you. And you don't want no smoke over here. Why? Because I die for what I believe in. Matter of fact, I'd rather be dead than change. Right? That's what I'm talking about. Get it resolved like that so that you can get out here and do something to help somebody. Right, hear me? So you won't be so wavering and double minded, because a double minded person, they're unstable in all their ways. So day number one, we show you all. I'm just going over the challenge preview for you all. And because I don't want to leave y'all out here in these streets. And y'all let the second half of the year start. And that's why I even lowered my prices. I don't never do that. Never give nobody no discounts for nothing. I just been real nice to people for the whole month of June, and to help you all to come. All right. And I really want you to come. So I want to help you. All right. And I know that we only got half the year left. And I don't want you wasting no more time. I don't want you putting your money in the bank and don't get it back. Every dollar you put in the bank right now, before you start operating out of a trust, you losing 100% of it. Who can afford to bleed like that? Put if you can't afford that, put I can't in the chat. All right. Y'all always talking about what you can't do. I can't this and I can't that. Well, I can't. I can't afford to be putting money in the bank and they keep and I could have got all the money back. They kept it. So I can't afford that. Right? I mean, I can't afford to lose 100% of my money. So I'm putting it in there. Y'all can put it in there if y'all want to. I can't. I can't. People always talking about I can't with you. Well, that's the way I feel with the bank. I can't with y'all. I'm putting my money in there. You using my money. You won't give it back to me. I don't think that's fair. I don't think it's fair. I don't think it's fair for you to go build another building, go build another island, go build another mountain, go build another continent based on my labor, and I don't get my money. See. I don't know what I'm saying because you don't know that you're entitled to all your money back. Why? Because you've been programmed. I taught y'all this morning, and you should really go watch my video from this morning. If you didn't watch it this morning, you should really watch it. I was talking about contraction, and you should really watch it. You have been programmed to think little. You've been programmed to accept all kind of stuff. I hear me. You've been programmed that way. Who in their right mind would walk in a bank, get a bank their money, tell a bank do whatever you want to do? So you're obviously not in your right mind. I hear what I'm saying? Why? Because you've been programmed to be in your wrong mind. It's my job to help reprogram you to get in your right mind. Because you got to question that. Why you finna take all the money out and go get rich off of it? I don't know what you doing or nothing. I hear me. Ain't no way in the world you drop your kids off someplace and tell them, hey man, just have your way until I get back, you dig? So why you gonna do your money like that? Drop your money off somewhere and like ain't no I don't get no kind of report. I ain't talking about your little interest statement. Your little interest statement ain't explaining to you what happened to your money. Your interest statement is explaining to you that you ain't getting none of it back. Why? That little bitty microscopic interest rate you get? I mean, man, please. My daughter's grandmama pulled the money out the bank. I mean, all of it. And so Ebony said, why you taking your money out, my Nana? Because she got grandmama Nana, right? Say, why you taking the money out? She said, because this is a fraud. And she's like, why you call it fraud? She said, I just got my interest statement. She said, just got your interest statement. She said, yeah. She said, how much was it? She said it was 19 cents. She said, 19 cents. She said, how much money you have in the bank? She said, 25,000. She said, excuse me. She said, you make 19 cents? It's amazing somebody would even send you a piece of paper to say something like that. And you just sit there and be like, well, that's just the way it is. No, that's not just the way it is. That's just the way it is with you. Why? Because you're not educated. All right. So you don't know how to go in and get treated fairly. All right. Get treated right. So on day number one, I'm gonna show y'all how to do all of that. Okay. So just put challenge in the chat if you still want to come, because you can still come. We ain't starting until tomorrow, and you won't miss nothing. Don't want to close my eyes. Don't want to fall asleep because I miss you, babe. And I don't want to miss a thing. You won't miss a thing, all right? So that means you can start tomorrow. Just put challenge in the chat and you won't miss a thing. Now listen, when you get there and you see the first price, don't say $5.97 and go running down the street, like somebody's trying to take your life savings, all right? So you might not want to pay it. If you don't want to pay it, it's all right with me. It's okay. I don't care what price you pay. I just want to see you come in. And you just won't be able to ask no questions. All right. So it's okay. If that ain't your thing, that ain't your thing. So just skip it. Just say no. Then when it goes to the next page, it says $2.97. But it's still a great seat. That way you won't miss a thing. You'll be in the party. You'll hear all the questions that's being asked. You'll be so charged up by the time I get to the second half until you'll have, it's just like you would have had your pre-service before we have service. It's just like you would have had your Sunday school before you have your main lesson. That's what it's like. So that's why it's so important to be in the first part. But if you don't like it, when you get to the section that says $2.97, you can just turn it down and say no. And then it automatically go to the page that's $97. And you can just pay $97. You just come to the second half every day. All right. So you'll come at noon Eastern instead of 11 Eastern. All right. But you'll still be there. You'll still hear all the teaching. You'll hear me teach everything about the trust. You'll hear me teach my ecosystem. You just won't hear the questions in the first half. So do it make the most sense to you. All right. Just do it make the most sense to you. And you can come in at whatever level you want to come in at. So just put challenge in the chat if in fact you want to come. And I know some of y'all who's fired up. If you already know you come into the challenge and you fired up, put FU in the chat. If you FU don't, I said FU like the letter F and the letter U. Not, I have to help some of y'all. All y'all ain't saved today. All y'all mine ain't right. So F you. Okay, who is that? Who's that? Okay, Sandra, Kendra, you coming? All right, all right. I'm excited for you too. All right, David. I'm excited for you too. All right, sunny day. I'm excited for you too. Abdul, congratulations. I'll see you tomorrow. I'm excited for you too. Who else is that? James, I'm excited for you. All right, I'm fired up too. I'm fired up with you. Don't worry. I'm fired up. I may not sound fired up now. The grandkids don't want me out of the last couple of days, but I'm going to bed. I'm going to bed early. I'm gonna be ready for you. All right. I'm fired up too. Who else is that? Moon. I'm fired up for you too. Who is that? George. I'm fired up for you too. All right. I'm fired up for you too. Fired up for you too, Mary. Yes, yes, I am. German, I'm fired up for you too. All right. I'm fired up for all of y'all. Anybody else that's coming? Come on, let's all celebrate tonight. Let's celebrate ahead of time. Let's celebrate ahead of time because it's already done. Let's celebrate ahead of time. Amazing things have already happened. We're just about to walk into it. Oh yeah, oh yeah. Amazing things have already happened. We're about to walk into it. You hear what I'm saying? We're about to walk into the already done because we believe in already done. I've seen the already done take place so many times until I feel like my mama. My mama used to sing the song, say, God has done so much for me. He's opened doors I could not see. Told me to keep on trusting him. And I know his word is true. 'Cause he's already done everything he said he would do. 'Cause he's already done everything he said he would do. Yeah. I said, come on, mama, you better sing that. She said, and I called him and he heard me. And then he gave me a peace of mind. He's my shepherd. He's my guide, and he's with me all the time. Lord, I don't worry, I don't fret because of my God. He's never left me yet, and I'm gonna keep on trusting. I know his word is true, cause he's already done what he said he would do. So I'm excited with you all. I'm excited with you all too. Yeah, I'm excited with you all too. To walk into the already done. Yes, ma'am. Yes, sir. Yes, ma'am. Yes, sir. So day number 3, I'm gonna teach you all about Bitcoin, about real estate. And show you that's how I started my that's how I started out making a lot of money. I was buying properties one after another. And I was, I got tired of IRS taking the money. I was like, they didn't do nothing. They ain't got nothing to do with the deal. I don't like working for other people like that. I'm like, and the rich people, they don't pay taxes. I'm like, these billionaires do not pay taxes. I'm like, why should a hundredaire be paying some taxes and a billionaire don't? I'm like, that don't even make sense. All these loopholes and stuff. I said, I'm gonna find out what to do about these doggone taxes. That's how I got in this game because I was buying a lot of properties. And I met Tim Brown from the Oakland Raiders. He's the one that did my first book, Control Everything, Own Nothing. He was the one that did the foreword for me because I said, Tim, are you helping all these football players to be able to? Do they have trust? He said, no. I said, the football players don't have trust, Tim. He said, they do not. I said, Tim, don't they listen to you? I said, you're a Hall of Fame football player, one of the best receivers in the history of time. I said, they don't listen to you? He said, they do not. I said, why don't they listen to you? He said, they listen to their agents, Rick. I'm like, their agents ain't even got to trust. I said, why would they listen to them country bumpkins? They said, brother, they think everything they say is like God is talking. You see what happens when you worship idols? People pour pee on your head. You think you need these busters in your life, and they don't be having no answers. You hear me? They don't even be biblically sound people. You hear what I'm talking about? But it's just that they got these positions, so a person think they need them, get a little money. I know, honest, I know that these cats run through millions. You hear me? They have a little money. They trying to hang out with the guy to make the biggest check. They trying to impress folks. They start borrowing a lot that they don't even need to borrow. Because they already got enough money. It could be leveraging what they got, and they should only be borrowing to create more money. But they be borrowing consumer debt. That's bad debt. Everybody put BD in the chat. Consumer debt is bad debt. That's bad debt. Borrowing is great. It's great because you get rich from borrowing money. I 100% believe in that. But not to be buying stuff, not to be buying cars and stuff. I got a 2009 Buick Enclave. I paid $8,000 for it. Did you hear me? You say, Ricky, you ain't got no Benz? Nope. They say you ain't got no Cadillac? Mm-mm. You ain't got no Ferrari? Mm-mm. They're like, what, man? I'm buying Bitcoin. You know what I'm talking about? Why would I go pay $100,000 for a car and I can put $100,000 on some Bitcoin and it'd be worth $1 million in a couple of years? Might be worth $1 million before next year. That'd be just dumb. I go spend $100,000 for the car, and I could have put the $100,000 on Bitcoin. That's why I told y'all to come to the challenge, so I can teach y'all priorities. I hear what I'm talking about because if your debt ain't to make some more money, then what? It's bad debt. Matter of fact, I'm not never selling my Bitcoin. You know, yeah, you say, Brother Ricky, why you not going to sell your Bitcoin? Come to the challenge. I really show you what I'm talking about. I really open up your eyes. We got an alpha table. Tell us what coins are coming out before you even know they're even coming out. We can buy them before the public even know they exist. Just come to the challenge. Me and Shan, the millionaire barber, we made over $6 million over the last 3 years off of crypto stuff, and that's some chump change compared to where we're going. We didn't even had a regime that's in charge of things. Now they was all dog at Bitcoin and all this, and we still made all that money. Not a whole world, all of it. Not the big corporations are buying it. BlackRock, the government, the federal, everybody trying to buy Bitcoin now. Why? Because it's only 21 million coins that's going to be produced. So it's the number one asset in the world. I'm gonna teach you that when you come into the challenge. Because some of y'all country, y'all buying stuff that they can make plenty of. So that means it ain't no demand. It's only 21 million Bitcoin that's going to ever be made. So that means if you got Bitcoin, you're going to be the richest, most famous person in the world. Everybody got to come through you. Everybody going to remember like the Book of Eli, that movie with Denzel Washington. Remember that flick, the Book of Eli, and how it wasn't nothing but one Bible left in the whole world. And everybody was thirsty, wanted to kill each other over it and all that sort of thing because they wanted that power from the word. You dig? I like that movie. I like that movie because it was indicative of how everybody really ought to cherish the word of God. It was indicative of that. So I like that flick. But Bitcoin is the number one asset in the world. In the world. The number one asset in the world. And if you don't buy some in a hurry, you ain't gonna be able to buy it. I mean, when it goes up to a million, 2, 3, 4, 5 million, it's cheap now, it's on sale. All right. But I taught y'all this morning that your mind has been contracted. So you look at little stuff like it's big, and you look at big stuff like it's little. Bitcoin is big. It's a big deal. But to the average person, it's going to be, by the time they finally snap out of it, it's going to be unpurchasable. Because right now, it's cheap to buy. You said, no, Ricky, I should have got it before. Stop talking about what should have happened. All right? I don't know if you're a Lou Rawls fan or something. If I coulda, woulda, shoulda. That's what folks always say. If I coulda, woulda, shoulda, but they're always too late. I'm saying it now. Everybody put now in that check. Ain't y'all tired of talking about stuff? Stop talking about the past and what you missed out on. You better be paying attention to what's going on now. Everybody put now in that chat. All right? I'm just getting y'all prepared for the challenge because when we get in this challenge, we're going to be moving, shaking, making moves right in the middle of the challenge. I'll be telling you, okay, do this now. I'm gonna be giving y'all moves to make. Some of y'all will make them. Some of y'all don't know how to make a move. Some of y'all, it take y'all 3 years to make up your mind to do something. That ain't the way, that ain't how we behave. We make more moves in a day than most people gonna make. They gonna be dead. They ain't gonna even make the same amount of moves we make in one day. Because they got this contracted mind. So when you start talking about stuff, they mind freeze. When your mind is little, when you got a little mind, a little pea brain, and somebody says something to you that's above that brain locks up. Are you hearing me? Hey, listen to me. You got to be around people who help unlock your brain. You hear what I'm talking about? You got to be around people where things are routine. So what you be like, oh man, did they just make that move? You're like, yeah, we just made that move. All right, you finna move on to that. Wait a minute. I said, no, ain't nobody waiting on you. Ain't no wait, no wait a minute, wait. We just made the move. Just use some common sense. If we doing it, it must make sense. We got millions of dollars. What do you think? We just run around here whistling Dixie? I hear what I'm talking about. A lot of stuff, when you're making money, you understand after you make the money. You say, no, you love me that, Brother Ricky. I ain't stupid now. I ain't gonna be messing around with no Ponzi schemes. Of course you shouldn't. That's why I told you when these tricks try acting like they us and telling you to put your money into an account, they gonna add some money to your account. That's when you're a sucker. Why? Because ain't nobody finna add no money to your account. Are you listening to me? Only a sucker go for that. Are you hear what I'm talking about? Only a greedy person would go for that. Only a trick would go for that. I don't trick nobody. Are you hearing me? I'm a saved, redeemed brother. I don't need nobody money. Are you hearing me? Nobody. I grew up on a bus tricking folk. I know all about game. Are you hearing me? I'm from the south side of Chicago, baby. Are you listening to what I'm talking about? I used to get on the back of the bus when I was 15 years old and say, now y'all gathering around without those ugly frowns and watch me skinny down. This is the coldest game never hit this here side of town. They call me Johnny B. Good. I'm just passing through your neighborhood, so sit back, relax, and screw your wig on tight and you could be the first one to say you saw it right here on CTA Sports. I'm gonna do it one time and I'm gonna do it again. Just like every now and then, a fat lady get lucky and have twins. Man, I was a child prodigy. All right, I was stomped down in the game. I was tricking folks from the time I was a little bitty. By the time my brother turned me out, yeah, you had a little money and stand a chance around me. Ain't nobody on that monkey stuff no more. Are you hearing me? We're not on that. God saved me so he can have somebody come and help you who got some street sense and some Bible sense. So that you won't be so that who you ain't got nothing I want. Why? Because you ain't got nothing I need. Only thing I want for you is to do what make the best sense to you. I am to you. What make the best sense to you. What make the best that's all I want for you. I don't want what make the best sense to me. I want you to do what make the best sense for you. And so this ain't no challenge for you to be coming into worried about being solicited because ain't nobody gonna solicit you. It's not gonna happen. Ain't nobody gonna solicit you. Ain't nobody gonna stroke you. Ain't nobody gonna try to trick you. And ain't nobody gonna kiss your butt. You're gonna be challenged. All right? Challenged. That's why it's called a financial IQ challenge. Hey, listen to me. I'm not gonna agree with you. Most of what you hear from me, I'm not gonna agree with you unless you're already rich. If you ain't rich, I'm not gonna agree with you. Why in the world would I agree with your poverty? What kind of friend would sit up and tell you keep doing the same stuff that don't make no sense? I ain't no friend. There's a friend that sticketh closer than a brother. And the wounds of a friend are better than the kisses of an enemy. I'm not gonna kiss you. I don't kiss no butt. I don't like butt fried, fricasseed, baked, sauteed, mignoned. You hear me? I don't kiss nobody's behind. And if you hang out around Brother Ricky, you'll stop puckering up too. Hey, listen to me. Why? Because you'll become knowledgeable and you start doing what's in your own best interest. Why? Because you're around somebody that love you and ain't trying to stroke you. You know what I'm talking about? I don't even like people stroking me. I'm gonna teach y'all how to send messages out on day number 2 because these messages that people be sending out, they're bad. They're not good messages. I tell you, it's like when I be reading, somebody send me something like over here on Instagram, and it says, "You have some dynamic content." And I noticed you're a man. I'm like, "Ah, there they go. There they go. They got their teeth all in your butt. They got them tiger teeth. Everybody put TT in the chat. Anybody been biting your buns lately? Put TT in the chat. Are you listening to me? Anybody want something from you? Been biting real hard? Come on, some people got them tiger teeth. Put TT in the chat if anybody bit you lately, all right? I can still feel it right now. Oh, Jesus. Because they want something. When people want something, what? Tiger teeth. I'm gonna teach you. Look, when you come to the challenge, I'm gonna teach you how to get some tiger teeth out your behind. All right, that's what I'm gonna teach you. All right, we talk about the challenge tonight, y'all. And I'm silly because I'll stay up late. It's past my bedtime. All right, it's 8:30 here in Maryville with my baby, with my daughter is. I'm checking on. I had some more surgery, and so I'm sleepy. All right, but once it go past 8:30 Eastern, that's why you'll never see me at night because I'm silly. I start saying all kind of stuff because I'm old. I'm 63. I go to bed at 8:30. All right. So 9 o'clock. You got to be up past 9 o'clock. I'm not responsible for what I say. All right. So day number 4. And come on now. If you still want to come, just put challenge in the chat. We're gonna have a lot of fun. Yeah, we're gonna have a lot of fun. Yeah, we're gonna have a lot of fun. It's fun, but it ain't foolishness. It's a big difference between fun and foolishness. Fun, everybody should have. Jesus said, "Be a good cheer, have a good laugh." Foolishness mean it ain't gonna help you. It was just a bunch of yada 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 stuff. And if you did it, you still be in either the same shape or worse shape than you were before you came. We don't get out like that. Everybody around us prosper. Everybody prospers. Everybody that does what we teach prosper because we teach 100% biblical principles. And they was working before you did it. That's why I love principles. I love principles because it don't make no difference whether I do it or not. The principles still work. I'm glad principles work when I don't do them. You hear me? Can I help you a little bit? Man, you should be glad that principles work even when you don't do them. Why? Because that means that when you see the principle work that you didn't do, and then you sitting there feeling, some kind of way, now you say, you know what? I knew I should have did that because that principle work. And here I am on the side over here. Clouds to the left of me. Job is to the right. Here I am stuck in the middle with you. Stuck in the middle what? With another lost opportunity. Why? Because I let that principle go by. Because the principal don't care. Principals are extremely indifferent. They just work. They just work. They like car wash. Work and work. Well, those cars never seem to stop coming to work and work. Keep those cars in the lane. What was it? Keep the. Somebody give me the next line in car wash. Somebody that's at least 60 like me, 50 and up. Somebody give me a line in car wash. I can't remember the second line. Well, those cars never seem to stop coming work and work. Keep. Come on, man. Somebody give me the next line. Y'all don't want to tell your age. Excuse me. I told you I'm getting old. I can't even remember the next line. Keep up. Something about limousines coming. What was that? Uh-huh. So what's your question? He said, I would like to invest $1,000 in the market. Brings me 2% daily. I would be hearing something about that. Do you know anything about that? Almas, uh, I'm buying Bitcoin, bro. 2% daily. That's some child's play. I'm just telling you my opinion since you asked, Brother Almas. Yeah. So I don't know anything about that 2% daily stuff. I ain't interested in that. I mean, I'm buying cryptocurrencies. I don't make no money from y'all buying no cryptocurrency. You know, we got a cryptocurrency club you can join so you can make good decisions. It's on rickthewealthcoach.com. All right. We got a $5,000 club you can join because we got $1,000,000 club. You know, we only got two. One is 1,000,000 and one is 5,000. So if you don't have 1,000,000, join the $5,000 club and then learn how to buy these cryptos. Our stuff done went up like 6,000%. I ain't interested in no 2% stuff. We done made like 6,000% over the last few years. So I ain't got no time to be wasting like that. So I don't recommend that. Okay. I don't really give out investment advice. I give out consulting advice about business. You invest your money would make the most sense to you. All right. Somebody else had a question. Keep those. Renee is that keep those cabs and limousines. I can't get the line right. Well, those cars never seem to stop coming and work and work. Keep what in the limousines coming? See, why you gonna play with me like that, Renee? How you gonna put half the line out and not make me feel older? What's up with that? Give me the whole line. Come on, who know the line of car wash? Car wash talking about the car wash. Car wash girl. Well, those cars never seem to stop. Come and work and work. Keep. I can't remember the line. What's the line? What's the line? Talent about to come. Come on, y'all ain't helping. George, that ain't no help, man. What's the line? The car wash player. Keep those rags and machines. There you go. Hey, let's go. Ayana. Let's go, Empress. Let's go. Let's go. Let's go. I got it out. Work and work. Keep. And I forgot the first line. Keep those racks and machines humming. Work and work my fingers to the bone. I can't wait till it's time to go home. Now I forgot that line. What's that line? Can't wait till it's time to come home. Come on, y'all got to help me now. I'm all messed up. I'm going to give y'all the last two things we're going to do on the challenge. But first, let's finish getting this car wash song, right? Work and work. Well, the cars never seem to stop. Come and work and work. Keep those racks and machines humming. Work. I got you, Ayana. Yeah, fingers to the bone. Now I forgot the next line. Can't wait till it's time to go. Can't wait to. What is that? What is that? Can't wait. I don't know what it is. Anybody remember that line? Can't wait. I told y'all I was sleepy. Hey, it ain't got nothing to do with sleep. I don't remember the words anyway. Y'all know how y'all be humming to a song. Just be making up stuff. I remember that. Can't wait till it's time. Come on, Ayana, where you at? Come on, I need your help again. What's the next line? Something till it's time to go home. Like you be thinking about that. The challenge starts tomorrow, y'all. Tomorrow, 11 o'clock a.m. And you're welcome to come. Okay. So we talked about day number one. We talked about day number two. By the way, if you get the words to car wash correct, I appreciate it. Before we finish these last 2 days. All right. And the prices. Let's go over the prices again. Can't wait till it's time to go home. Yeah, I know that part. It's something that come up before. Can't wait till it's time to go home. All right. So if you all decide you want to come, if you click the first button that says 597, you can ask me any questions you want to ask all week. All right. You can even ask me to the questions to car wash. I have it together by then. Number two, if you don't like that, just say no, I don't want it. And then it automatically sends you to the next page, which is 297. That's VIP. You still can hear everything that's going on and be there for the whole 2 hours every day. All right. So just click that if that's what you want. If you don't want that, just click no, I don't want it. And then it'll send you to the next page and it's $97. And then you can listen on the second half every day. So nobody should stay at home because the prices have been reduced all the way down to as little as $97 if you want, if you don't want to be in the VIP section. Me personally, I always go and get the best seats in anything I go to. Me personally. I don't want to be left out. Me personally. I don't like sitting up wondering what everybody else is doing while I'm sitting outside waiting for the second half of nothing. That's how I made so much money. Everything I go to, as soon as I heard my friend Myron had a program for $350,000, I was the first person to write a check. He said I was the second person. I'm like, well, I want to see who the first person was because I was writing a check while he was talking. You say, did you spend $350,000 for somebody to teach you something? No, I did not spend $350,000. I spent 800,000. That was just the first 350,000. All right. I spent 800,000 for somebody to teach me something. Why? Because I'm teaching you. See, I don't teach stuff that if you go do it, you don't make money. Why? Because I don't want your money. I want you to pay for something and then make 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, 100 times, 1,000 times back whatever you paid. That's the whole point of paying for stuff, right? You don't pay for stuff just to give it up and don't get it back. Are you hearing me? Ain't nothing I do cost nobody nothing. If they go do what I tell them to do. Are you hearing me? Everybody that practices what we do, they all make way more money than they spend. So everything that I would spend money on, it cost me nothing. Why? Because I made all the money back. I knew I was gonna make it back before I spent it. Why? Because I got my money on black. Who black? Who this black man? Work ethic. You teach me something, I'm going to do it. I ain't having a long conversation. So just tell me what to go do, and I'm gonna go do it. Real simple life. I hear me. And if you do what we teach you to do, you'll be all right too. That's how I go. All right. So let's get to another question there. Say, will there be a replay if you missed it? I'll be unavailable. Yeah, yeah. Or it's a replay every day. That's a good question. Thanks for asking that. Every day, it's a replay for 24 hours. Mhm. Like as soon as the class go off, in a little bit, we send the replays out to everybody. And you can watch it for up to 24 hours. So make sure you watch it because it runs out after 24 hours because we don't want you just sitting around on replays. We want you to actually do something. All right. That's why it's a challenge. It's not a class. It's a challenge. It's challenging you. Deadlines, you know, get up off that thing. Uh-huh. Hey, thanks, coach. That's kind of, hey, what you do, coach? Positive impact? Oh, I thought it said coach. Zach, you say, I'm sorry. Bad eyesight. I thought that said coach. That says CZOCH. I thought that was CO, Zach. I told you I get silly at night. I'm seeing things. We put all these bifocals, man. Let me make sure I got you right. Thank you, Zach. That was kind of me. Sit over here calling you coach. That don't make no sense. All right, so the fourth day I'm gonna teach you the law. Just like I was teaching y'all the law just a few minutes ago about how when I went into Wells Fargo and I told him, I said, you want me to go live now? And tell the whole world you're trying to stick me up. You don't want to give me my own money. The lady was like, sorry about this, sir. It's been a misunderstanding. I was like, yeah, it sure has been a misunderstanding. If you thought I was going to leave here without my money, all right. If I'm, I got demand notes. I don't take interest on my money. You'll learn that. You'll learn that when you come in. We don't take interest. Why? We don't need no interest. A little interest ain't gonna get you nothing. Right? We want all the money back. Every dollar of it. Every penny we put in, we want it back yearly, annually. We want it what? On our 1041. Are you hearing me? We want it mailed or wired. You know what I'm talking about? Direct deposit, mail it. However you want to do it is all right with us. We got $1 million return, they mailed it. It make me no never mind. I was like, the mail is good for me. I ain't tripping. All right. So okay, so here's the fourth day we're gonna talk about the law. And we're gonna break the law down so that you understand your rights. Okay. We're gonna teach you Hale versus Hinckley. your right to have a private contract. That's the number one law in the world. If I was you and you all will be coming to class, I would read that law before we even get there. L versus Hank. All of you all. I would read it whether you come into the challenge or not. That is the number one law of the land outside of Public Law 270 of the public law that says the Bible. I'm going to read that law to you too, that the Bible is the law of the land. See, y'all don't know the law. That's the only reason why y'all so scary and nervous. When I be telling y'all stuff, I know y'all be scary and nervous. You're like, Brother Ricky trying to get me in jail with Bubba. You dig? I'll be looking at Bubba the rest of my life. You ain't gonna be looking at Bubba the rest of your life. All right. You're just walking around scary because ignorance makes you afraid. All right. Which is why they don't teach you the law. Why don't they teach you the law in school? Why why don't they teach you the law in school? Why? Because they know I can only way you keep somebody in check is they gotta be afraid. It's just like pimping and hoes. The only way you can keep a hoe being a hoe is she gotta be scared of you. How do I know? Because I grew up around pimps and hoes. So I know. I know I done seen dudes beat the hell out they hoe. That's why I couldn't be a pimp because I'm not violent. I was a hustler. I couldn't be a pimp because I wasn't violent. I can't just beat up nobody on GP. I don't have it in me just to be pimp slapping folk around. You dig? Just for whatever, you know. I did have that hustling spirit. I did have that, but I didn't have that. I never been a violent dude. I done dealt with a lot of violent folk. You dig? And uh, and I had to give them, and make sure they know what we jam for, what we ain't jam for. But just want to hurt people. I don't like that. I don't like bullies. That's why I started doing what I'm doing. I don't like bullies. I don't like people imposing their will on somebody else. I don't like people so-called gangsters. I don't like people like that. I don't like thugs. I don't like, I don't like non-thinking people. I don't like that. Are you hearing me? I despise that. I don't get out like that. So that's why I got into this business. All right. We already get our checks. I don't need to do no challenges. All right. I don't need nobody money for nothing. I can just live my life. But you know what? I don't like thugs. I don't like people that be imposing their will on other folk. I don't like it. So that's why I set up a whole thing so we can all do something about it. All right. What's your question? You said, didn't get the challenge link? Yeah. Did you put challenge in the chat, Horse? Just put challenge in the chat. It should come straight to you if you're on Facebook. Hey, if all else fails, myfinancialiqchallenge.com. If my link stuff ain't working, it should have went directly to you. All right. Yeah. I like you back, Zach. I appreciate you. That's kind. Kind words. People don't have to be kind. So thank you. People don't have to be kind. Um, uh, wait a minute. Okay, wait a minute. I think somebody got the words car wash on me. You might not ever get rich, but let me tell you, it's better than digging a ditch. Mm, there ain't no telling who you might meet. I don't know how you just gonna leave it right there. I think it's a movie star, or maybe even a what? Indian chief? Is that it? A movie star, maybe even a. Is it a hit? We don't going over the words to car wash out. Don't ask me how we got started. Some kind of way we started talking about working or something. Don't ask me. Don't ask me. Wait a minute. Let me get that right again. Who put this in there for me? Who put that in there for me? First of all, let me. Oh, that's Empress. Oh, okay. Okay, Empress. Okay, wait a minute. You might not ever get rich, but let me tell you, it's better than digging a ditch. There ain't no telling who you might meet. A movie star, or maybe even a what? Indian chief? Is that right? Did you say that's right, Mary? Mary said that's right, huh? Indian chief working at the car wash. All right, so that's day number 4. I'm gonna teach y'all that law, and then day number 5, I'm gonna teach you how I went from being homeless to being a multimillionaire. So I'm gonna teach you 8 steps to take to go from being any kind of condition. You can be dead broke. I'm talking about ain't got nothing but the stitching in your pockets. I know, excuse me. I can really teach you this because this is my life. All right. So I'm gonna show you the moves. There's 8 moves to make, and you can go from not having no money to having too much money to spend. And if you use these 8 moves, they work for everybody. Right? I'm gonna teach it to you straight out the Bible. Teach you how somebody was dead broke and how they went from being dead broke to having posterity money. I don't believe in prosperity. That ain't nothing. I believe in posterity. That means the money don't run out. The point of me being here tonight to talk to you, the point of me teaching you for a whole week to come is for all of you all who want more money than you can spend. If that's you, if that's you, then the challenge is a good place to come. That's the whole culture. It ain't about me personally only. It is about you too. It is about you too, but it's not just about you. So when people say, man, it ain't about me, I'm like, don't make statements that are unnecessarily fake. You ain't got to try to prove nothing, impress nobody. It is about you. It's just not only about you. All right. You have to be involved in the equation because when you are prosperous, that means that you are prosperous. I have a wonderful life. Are you listening to what I'm talking about? A wonderful life. I give away money every day of the week. Why? Because I got too much money. I don't need it. Are you hearing me? I went to church this morning down here in Chicago where they get down, get down. They singing they butt off. You know, made the preacher get up and preach like you wouldn't believe it. You hear me? And I'm just going to tell you this so I can show y'all how to start y'all weeks off and show y'all how to get down, excuse me, how, why, one reason why you should still like go to church too, instead of just sitting in the crib, listening to somebody talk. So I was really happy to get there. I walked right in. My man was, Brother Flint, he was singing, could sing like an angel, man. Then he got up and teach this great lesson about Jesus worked the night shift. It was cold blooded. So once everything was over with, I noticed it was a white guy, the only white guy. He was real easy to spot. so, so it's nice. Now the white guy came to the church. It was a black church, it was white people. So I'm like, that's real nice that he came. But when he was getting ready to go, wasn't nobody talking to him. I don't think people were being mean. I just think that he wasn't nobody's friend. But I noticed stuff like this. I notice stuff like this because I do not like the idea of people being left out. I don't like it. It bothers me. Okay. So I have this instinct when I'm seeing folks, and it looked like their self esteem could be better if somebody just approached them. So I stopped him. I said, "How you doing, my brother?" And he started talking with this accent. So I'm like, this guy's from the UK. so I'm like, "How you doing, bro?" He was like, "I'm doing great, man. I'm here from the UK." I said, "Really?" I said, "You living here in Chicago?" He said, "Well, I came because the Lord sent me to Texas, and He wants me to have a whole new life here in the States. So I'm trying to get a job right here, right now." I said, "Is that so? What's the chances of that?" So he said, "I'm living in an Airbnb." So this man don't know nobody. You know what it made me think about? It made me think about when I got off the bus from the penitentiary, walked to the hotel that I was living in, or so-called hotel, the raggedy motel, but I was grateful to be living anyway. I didn't know nobody. So I don't know about you, but if you ever been abandoned, you got a different attitude about seeing people abandoned. Are you listening to me? If you ever, I know this ain't got nothing to do with the challenge. I'm just giving y'all something to go to bed on at night to think about. All right. Because I'm telling you how beautiful your life can be because you can move around where you want to when you're making money online and operating out of tax free trust. You can do a lot of things that you couldn't do before. All right. So, and for me personally, I love to meet people. And if I can help them get in a better situation, then it's instincts. So he was standing there, we started talking for a few minutes. So I gave him some money and I said, "Can you just put this on your Airbnb bill?" Now you know he's surprised. He wasn't expecting that. So he started talking in that English accent. I wish I could talk like him. And he said, "Ricky, stop bragging about giving somebody some money. I'm teaching you, okay? I'm teaching you a lesson, all right? I'm teaching you it's not to try to sound all sacrosanct. I'm teaching you because y'all not taught like this, all right? We're too indifferent towards people, all right? We see somebody, and if it ain't involving us, then so what? But that's not the attitude to take. The attitude to take is be alert, pay attention to what's going on. So the brother was real grateful, and I was real grateful to meet him. And I told him I'm gonna say I have some of my friends that's in Chicago and see if I'm sorry, what's your question? See how can I meet you in person? Personal appointments are really expensive. I mean, what people call expensive. They're $50,000 an hour. I don't have a lot of personal appointments with people because I spend my time group coaching, and I coach the people that's in my inner circle. But they paid $150,000 to be in my inner circle, so I coach them. and we have a few sessions a year. So, and it has to be that way because we have to preserve each other. Because I don't like, I have cards and stuff like that. Once y'all start learning how to do things online, you'll stop passing out cards because you won't have time. The way you be doing business, it'll be volume business. I'm gonna teach you how to do volume business so that you won't have time to have individual appointments with people because you all are abusing yourselves. And it's only so much time in a day, so much effective time. All right. You don't want your days to be just active. You want your days to be productive. You don't want to have a tree that's growing with a lot of branches on it. You want to have a tree that's growing with a lot of fruit on it. A tree full of branches and no fruit is a useless tree. Okay. Which questions what are the titles of your books? Zach, if you go on rickthewealthcoach.com, rickthewealthcoach.com, all of my books are on there. Oh, by the way, does anybody want to be able to humble aggression? My last book, my new book, it went over today to the editor. Everything's in. You all want to be some of the first people to read it? Y'all want to be some of the first people to read Humble Aggression? I know it ain't got nothing to do with the challenge, but since he asked me, anybody, y'all tell me, do y'all want to be some of the first people to read Humble Aggression? You say, what is that, Ricky? It's my number one book to help you stop procrastinating. Anybody want a book, want to read a book that when you get through reading the book, you just jump up and start doing stuff that you've been stalling about for like 25 years? All right. So if you're interested in that, just comment the word humble. It's already set up for you. Just comment the word humble. Just comment the word humble. We're going to send you the link to sign up for it. All the books will be out this week coming up. All right. All right. This is the week coming up, and you can be one of the first people to read it. All right. Humble. Now, if you don't get just comment the word humble now, and the link will come directly to you. And so the link will come to you. The book will be out this week. So it's going to be first come, first serve in terms of who can read it. All right. So it's going to be out this week. And I wish I had listed these. I think I sent a post out so y'all saw the title, the front of the book. This might be my best book. Well, every book got a different reason. But I was just looking around me and looking at how people are passive, and it bothers me because I'm like, I want you to live your best life, and I want you to live it now. You know, I want you to live your best life because people be acting like they're going to get another chance to live this life. I know we got another life in the afterlife. I know that. I know we got another life in heaven. But I'm talking about like right now. I mean, like, let's go ahead on and live. Like right now. Let's go ahead and go for it. Because I just see too much passivity. And what's your question, Frank? You said hustling people but don't have no valuable information. You talking to me, Randy? Randy, and you got demon on your name? Hold on a second. All right, Randy. All right. I told you you got one time to go on here and say something stupid. All right. There you go. All right. Okay. All right. Somebody always got to talk slick. Always got to talk slick. You know what I'm saying? Little poo butts to be talking slick. See, I grew up around a lot of killers and thugs and murderers and stuff. So I'm used to people trying to like intimidate you. That's why I wrote the book. See, the book is called Humble Aggression. And the reason it's humble and aggressive is because it teaches you that if you really humble, you are very aggressive. And you have not been taught that. You've been taught that aggressive people are not humble. Now, you can be aggressive and be a total monk. You can be aggressive and be a narcissistic jerk. That's possible. But you can't be humble without being aggressive. You say, why are you saying that, Ricky? Because humility makes you get up off that thing, do something. Humility compels you to write your books, sing your songs, teach your classes, whatever your gifts are. All right. It compels you can't sleep. Humility wakes you up in the middle of the night and have you writing stuff and taking care of business. It puts you in precarious positions with people because you're way too concerned about your purpose to be concerned about what they think. Passive people are extremely concerned about what people think. They way more concerned about how they look, how they are perceived. And they do what? Stall, 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 stall. Lose out on all kind of opportunities. Basically, live a life that was dead before they died. I don't know about you, but I refuse to die twice. Hey, listen to me. I don't know where I'm going to die at. I don't know if it's going to be what city it's going to be in. I don't know. I asked God, hey, can I have my shoes on when I die? I'd be happy. That mean I must have just did something worthwhile. You dig what I'm saying? But I'm not, I ain't Jesus. I ain't got no control over that. But I got control over this. I ain't going to be dead before I die. That's why I wrote Humble Aggression, to teach you all how to what? Rise up out the dead. Are you hearing me? So that you don't be dead before you die. Don't die two deaths. Are you hearing me? One death is good enough. And we all headed towards the grave, but let's not be living in a grave before we get to the grave, with the grave of public opinion and public approval, which stops us from doing what we're supposed to do. All right? Listen, I got to get out of here. I got to get some rest so I can be ready for you all tomorrow. If you're coming to the challenge, if you haven't registered yet and you want to come, just put challenge in the chat, and I'll give you a chance for that for it to go over, for it to come back over to you right quick. Because you know what we're gonna be doing this week? We're gonna be work and work. Well, those cars never seem to stop coming to work and work. Keep those racks and machines humming. Work and work my fingers to the bone. Oh man, I forgot the last line again. Oh man, I had it. I love y'all, man. That's enough. Y'all have a great night. I'll see y'all in the challenge tomorrow. Everybody that's coming, everybody else, enjoy your beautiful week. It's been a plum pleasing pleasure as well as a privilege. I love y'all. Ain't nothing you can do about that. And remember, the stellar is as stellar does. Have a great evening. I'll see some of y'all tomorrow. Have a great night. God bless you. God bless you. Yeah, I'm going to get some sleep. You're right.